Hey there, West Michigan. Thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens. It was a cold start to the weekend, but things warmed up throughout the day on Saturday and in fact are continuing to warm up as we head through the overnight hours tonight. We're looking at temperatures that'll slowly rise through the 30s as we go into the overnight hours of Saturday and early Sunday. A high temperature so far was 31 in Grand Rapids, 38 in Muskegon, and 34 in Holland. That's right around average for the inland areas, a little warmer than average on the lake shore. As far as the forecast went, we told you a high of 32, hit 31. That's inside 3 degrees, 2 days in a row of just 2 misses in the last month of forecasting. When it comes to tomorrow, temperatures very similar to today, just a little bit milder, but not significantly so. That's why 13 weather ball is lit up in green as no real change is foreseen. View of the 13 weather ball sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. We're looking at temperatures this hour that have already gone above that high from earlier today, now to 34 in Grand Rapids, 34 Holland, and 30 in Muskegon. Wind chills were down into the 20s as we approach the 10 o'clock hour. The winds out there will keep the wind chill a factor, but note the direction coming strongly from the southwest. That's going to keep temperatures mild in the overnight hours, and in fact already hit our low temperature for tonight as of right around sundown. Temperatures have all been up since then. We're looking at temperatures that'll settle into the mid-30s as we head through tonight and into the day tomorrow. Again, that low temperature 28 already happened. Temperature is going to continue to rise from there, settling into 36 as we head through the day on Sunday. Cloudy skies with a small chance for some nuisance wintry mix. I wouldn't call it a major problem, but don't be surprised if you see some drizzle or a few flakes when you head out the door tomorrow. Monday, temperatures will kind of do the same pattern, warm up all day long. Look for those high temperatures late in the day, mostly cloudy with cool temperatures to kick off the work week. The radar out there as of Saturday evening was very quiet in West Michigan and for that matter across the Great Lakes region in general, but you can see the cloud cover in place. Note that small bit of flurry activity up toward northern Wisconsin, north of Green Bay into southern portions of the UP. That's what's going to come our way as we head toward tomorrow. Again, nothing impactful, just a little bit of nuisance precipitation. Hour by hour forecast here shows the cloud cover sticking around as we head through tonight. You see those blips of green from time to time, especially the further north you get. That's that small chance for a little bit of mix. You can see them popping through as we head through the day tomorrow. This model here brings in a little extra burst of snow toward the end of the day tomorrow up toward the north. Overall, again, though, still not expecting really anything impactful, mostly just flurries and some drizzle. As we head into Monday, cloud cover starts to break up again. We'll be mostly cloudy to at times partly cloudy as we head throughout the day Monday. I think the best shot of some sunshine going to come in the afternoon, but then cloud cover builds back in as we go into Monday night with rain that'll start to come in as we head toward Tuesday. I think all of this rainfall going to arrive on the other side of midnight, really going to be a early Tuesday morning phenomena. Most of the region will see showers with rain chances coming to an end as we head toward Tuesday afternoon. Now that won't be the only chance for some precipitation this week. As we head our way into Wednesday, we stay dry for the midweek, but cloud cover increases once again throughout the day. We watch a system to our south start to push in. Again, kind of what we're dealing with Tuesday. The rain really going to come on the other side of midnight, more of an early Thursday phenomena, but this one going to be a pretty good rainmaker. In fact, all of the region expecting rain on the day Thursday, possibly some areas that could receive a half inch to as high as an inch of rainfall from this system. Rain continues as we go into Friday, turning to a wintry mix during the day Friday and eventually wrapping up late Friday and early Friday with some snow, and that will be the change in our weather pattern. We go from the warming temperatures that we'll see most of this week to temperatures that fall back down closer to average by next weekend. Here's a look at temperatures for your Sunday. We'll be in the mid-30s along the lakeshore. Breezy conditions coming in as we head through the day tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-30s for our northern zones with more mid-30s from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. Temperatures again stay above average for most of this week, including making it into the 40s as we head toward Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That rain Thursday, though, will be the end of our warm weather. We fall into the 30s as we head toward next Friday and then back down near average, but even as cold as the 20s by next weekend. While Saturday saw temperatures on the rise in West Michigan, a bitter blast of cold air hit across the Northeast. Minus 21 degrees in Maine, minus 22 in Vermont, and minus 7 in Buffalo, New York. Boston seeing even worse conditions with the feels-like temperature hitting minus 31. That's the coldest air in that region since 2016. ABC's Victor Oquendo is braving the elements to tell us when this frigid weather will come to an end.
A rare sight off Boston Harbor. Ice fog coming off the water, wind whipping it around. The extreme cold forcing city officials to close public schools Friday and cancel extracurricular activities throughout the weekend. Residents doing their best to keep warm.
Once you got the layers on, you're good, I think. Just don't want to be kind of lingering out here.
The city opening warming centers.
If anyone is out and sees someone else who might be in distress, please call 911. We are prepared and all of our first responders are ready to get right out there.
Outside Springfield, Massachusetts, amid 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, a tree crashing onto a car, killing a 6-month-old girl inside. The woman who was driving rushed to the hospital. The powerful gusts also knocking out power to roughly 28,000 people throughout the Northeast. Atop Mount Washington in New Hampshire, record wind chill and deadly conditions. The wind so strong, at one point one of the doors of the observatory broke.
Really an amazing day, awe-inspiring day, and actually it's a bit of a frightening moment at one point. So one of our west-facing doors, the hinge that keeps it obviously closed, actually broke. The force of the winds was so strong, and so we had to do an emergency repair.
The observatory pleading with hikers to stay off the trails because of the life-threatening conditions. Further south, the New York metropolitan area seeing temperatures in the single digits. But there's good news. Temperatures are expected to thaw quickly, with the mercury expected to reach up to 50 degrees Sunday. Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Boston.
Now, the weather in West Michigan has finally been cold and snowy long enough that you may be starting to think about hitting the slopes. A warning tonight is coming out of Colorado. That warning some Apple devices identifying activity on the slopes as a potential car crash. Katie Eastman from our sister station KUSA reports.
Good intentions sometimes have bad outcomes. Take the Apple automatic crash notification on the latest iPhones and Apple Watches. It's meant to call 911 when the owner of the device gets hurt and can't call themselves.
And it's an automated voice that says the owner of this device has taken a hard fall or taken a hard crash.
But the problem is, many people skiing on Colorado slopes have no idea their phones are sending these alerts.
My overall emotion, I would say frustrated.
And Trina Doomer, the interim director of Summit County 911, has to respond to them.
They're like, I'm skiing, I'm so sorry, and they're living their best life, and I'm happy for them, but I don't think people quite understand how frustrating it can be for their local dispatcher.
In November, Summit County Dispatch got 111 automatic crash notifications. In December, they received 338. And in January, it was up to 524.
It's a significant percentage of our calls right now. And unfortunately, it's kind of desensitizing us a little bit because we're picking up so many of these throughout the day. We're just kind of under an assumption anymore that the 911 is an automated crash notification.
Doomer isn't advocating to disable these alerts. She just wants the owners of these Apple devices to be aware and responsible.
I can see the benefits of this feature. If people want to use it, that's wonderful. Just please understand how it works on your phone.
Finally tonight, taking a look around the nation, it wasn't a weather balloon, but a suspected Chinese spy balloon that's been floating across the U.S. this week. And that balloon has now been shot down on orders from the president. Video seen here showing the balloon falling from the sky near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, is ending days of speculation about what would happen to the balloon after it entered U.S. airspace. ABC News' Phil Lipoff has the very latest.
The United States bringing down a Chinese balloon that was traveling across the United States. Earlier today, spotted over parts of North and South Carolina.
I ordered the Pentagon to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible. They decided that the best time to do that was as it got over water outside within the 12-mile limit. They successfully took it down.
In response, the FAA temporarily closing airspace for parts of the two states, issuing a statement that reads in part, "The FAA has paused departures and arrivals to support the Department of Defense in a national security effort." Despite China claiming it's a civil aircraft blown off course, U.S. officials insist that is not the case.
But the key here is we don't know what it's looking for. Is it taking pictures? Is it doing signals intelligence where it's intercepting communications? But the thing that's perplexing here is that the Chinese have the ability to do these things from space where they wouldn't be violating U.S. sovereignty.
On Friday, Secretary of State Blinken postponing his trip to China set for next week, saying now is not the time to meet.
I made clear that the presence of this surveillance balloon in U.S. airspace is a clear violation of U.S. sovereignty and international law.
The Chinese Foreign Ministry saying, "We respect that." Pentagon officials claiming the balloon has a large bay of technology attached underneath it, about the size of 3 buses, adding it was maneuverable. Phil Lipoff, ABC News, New York.
And now that you're up to date on the latest weather here in West Michigan and some news from around the country, you can always find more at 13onyourside.com or by downloading the 13 on Your Side news and weather apps. For now, thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.